Hey, what's going on, guys? Flick here, and welcome back to another episode of the Stuttgart Career Mode. This is episode 3 of season 2, and in the last episode, we played our first few matches of the second season, and we got off to an okay start in the Bundesliga, picking up 1 point from 2 games, and we were fairly dominant in our first match of the Europa League, picking up a win in that fixture. But in today's episode, we'll finish up the remainder of September, starting with an away match against Hoffenheim. Then we will simulate a fixture against Bremen at home. We'll move on to this match against Köln away, and to close out the episode, we'll play our second match in the Europa League against Legia Warsaw. Ever since we made the new transfers in Season 2, I've been meaning to update the kit numbers, so I went ahead and did that behind the scenes and updated the kit numbers for our new transfers accordingly. Svensson will be wearing the number 5 for us, Cole Shinach wearing the number 6, Czerny will be rocking the number 17, and finally, we've given Timo Werner the number 9. Although we are only in September, I've seen a lot of comments asking me to add players to our transfer list, and I don't mind that. It gives me more time to scout out these players and get a better estimate of their statistics. I feel like the most commonly suggested positions have been the goalkeeper position and also a central holding midfielder. Those are probably the two weakest areas of our team. Don't get me wrong, we have a promising goalkeeper in Ziegler and a growing center defensive mid in Afori, but we could certainly use the boost in rating. So I've added a few goalkeepers and center defensive mids to the short list. Some of these players and their contract will be expiring at the end of this season, so I'll be looking to maybe make some more pre-contract deals come January, and we'll kind of just see what happens. But of course, if you have any other players that you feel should be added to this transfer list, go ahead and leave that in the comment section. I review that for every single video, and if any of the players do interest me, then I will add them to the transfer shortlist. As you can see from the league table, our assumptions about who we thought would be the dominant teams in the Bundesliga this year have been correct so far. Leverkusen are top of the table, and they spent a lot of money in the summer, so they clearly have their intention set on winning the Bundesliga this year. Keep in mind, this is only 2 matches into the Bundesliga season, so I'm hoping we can start rising in the table as we start facing some more opposition. Hoffenheim is another one of those clubs that we have experience playing against. We played them last year in the DFB Pokal, and we did beat them, so I'm hoping that the form can carry over into this season. But our substitutes are completely rotated, a lot of fresh faces in here, and a few of our promoted Youth Academy players, including Taylor. I'm going to try to bring him on off the bench and allow him to get his first appearance as a Stuttgart player. Hoffenheim have opted for a 5-defender formation, which may prove difficult to break down, but a big signing they made in the summer was the Portuguese center midfielder Andre. He's stuck into the middle of their team, and I think he's going to be the artist for their attack. Well, despite having a 5-back formation, Hoffenheim are pouring forward players, and they're being very dangerous on the attack. That's a shot by Andre, and that is also a save by Langrek. He's been solid so far this season, and although he's not the highest rating, he's been very, very solid. One thing I have noticed about this Hoffenheim defense is that they do leave the wings pretty wide open, so we might need to rely on our fullbacks to make some good overlap runs and send in some crosses. That might be the only way for us to win this match. Here's Maxim on the ball, trying to force the ball inside the area, but cleared away from Hoffenheim. That's a great ball, though. And it's Kramaric through on goal. Langrek's going to need to come out and try to make this save. He does get a piece of it, or at least I thought he got a glove to it, but Kramaric's shot was just too difficult to handle, and it's 1-0 for Hoffenheim, 31 minutes into the match. We've held pretty strong defensively, but you can see all it takes is one counterattack and they were through. It was a pretty slow first half for us. I feel like we got into Hoffenheim's final third, but we just didn't manage to get enough shots on target. To be completely honest with you guys, I think the only way we're going to get back into this match is to try to exploit the wings and send in some crosses, hope for the best. Here we go on the counterattack. Maxim setting up Ginczek. This is the run from Gettner. He's got a lot of space ahead of him, but of course he's not the quickest of players. He's waiting for the overlap run by Taylor, and we're going to try to send in that cross. A decent cross sent in. Sula does clear it away for a corner kick. Finally, we get a set piece, and we're going to try to whip it into the number 20. Try to get our noggin on it. Takes a couple deflections along the way. We're unable to keep that in bounds. Okay, we're extremely lucky to get that goal. I feel like Ginczek didn't even have the room to take the shot off before that ball got deflected and set up in front of him. I think the only way for you guys to see this properly is to see the replay. because Ginczek's body positioning wasn't very good on his left foot. He has a 2-star weak foot anyways, but you can see the ball was sent into space, got deflected a little bit, and that was enough to set Ginczek up with the space he needed to get it by Baumann. We'll take the goal, and it's 1-1. It's another huge block from Ongwene. And now Taylor, trying to find the open pass. He does get it taken away, but we're applying that pressure, playing a high line, and just hoping for a takeaway in the midfield. That's a big slide tackle from Gentner. He gets right back up to join the attack, and now we've got numbers. Pressing forward, Ginczek playing out wide to Gentner. Back inside to Ginczek. We're going to find Maxime. This is Mane making the run. We have to have the effort from not very good range, but Mane bangs it across the keeper, and that is probably goal of the season thus far. There was a very slim probability of Mane getting the angle just right and the power just right to get it by Baumann, but what a hit that was. With that goal, we'll use our 2 final substitutions, Ginczek being taken off, and it will be Coyote making his first appearance of the season. Late in the games, this is when he does excel the most. He has the pace to get by those defenders. Cortez is also coming off a very good game where he appeared late and made an impact, so I'll be bringing him on for Maxime. It's a great ball to set up Mane with some space. He's got Coyote making that run. We'll do the A pass inside, and I think that was just enough for a corner kick. We'll take this one short. And this is Cortez providing the option, whipping into the far post. This is Toski with a header trying to go across goal, but as we enter injury time, we only have a few seconds left to hang on. 3 minutes of added extra time, and this is Svensson tracking back, showing off those high work rates, and I think that will be just enough for us to seal the win. This win will give us a lot of confidence moving forward. We have that first league win out of the way now, and although we were arguably not the better team today, we still found a way to get the result. Looking at the player ratings, man of the match went to Maxime with a 9.3 rating. We'll be simulating this next one against Bremen. As you can see, they are not in the best of form with a draw and 2 losses from their last 3 games. With this being a home fixture, I have confidence that we can pick up the result, but I'm hoping that isn't a serious injury for Toski. He wasn't taken off straight away, so I think he will be alright moving forward. But speaking of which, it is Werner getting the first goal of the match. Serge Gnabry snagging a goal in the second half, but Ginczek gets another goal. Now we have a more serious injury. Kolasinac being taken off the pitch. And we do win this one 2-1, but honestly, I'm more concerned about the injuries. Well, these injuries are going to put a strain on our starting 11 because Kolasinac will be out for 3 weeks, Toski will be out for 2 months, and it will be very interesting to see what center back steps up for us. First, we had Baumgartel leave on a loan. Now our other starting center back, Toski, will be out due to injury. To go along with that, Coyote isn't happy with his playtime, despite me giving him some playtime in the most recent fixture. Despite all the injuries that took place, our starting 11 is still looking very strong, and I think that goes to show how good our squad depth is. We'll have to turn our attention, though, to Köln and look to pick up another 3 points in the league. In my personal opinion, Köln are one of the more underappreciated teams in career mode. They have some very solid players between the likes of Timo Horn, Jonas Hector, as well as Anthony Modeste, so they will be very tough competition. Werner spotting out that run from Czerny, and what a ball that was. Czerny will try to send it across to Ginczek, and it's 1-0 already for Stuttgart. We're scoring so many header goals this year. This time it will be our target man striker in Daniel Ginczek. That ball was set up by Werner, though. I don't know how he managed to split the defenders, but he seems to find a way. And already, it's Köln coming right back. It had to be a big save from Longrek to keep that one from going into the back of the net. But we do have a corner kick to deal with. You can see Modeste creeping on that near post. And they are looking for him. It's cleared away by Ginczek. And we might even be able to get on the counter. Werner's pushing up. And he'll try to take this one away from Sorensen. But it's handled very well by the defender. That's a great ball to set up Werner. He needs to find a way to shoot this one, and it's 2-0 for Stuttgart. I don't know how Werner held off those defenders, got it on his left foot, and managed to find a way to tuck that by Timo Horn. Man, what a start this has been, and we're finally starting to heat up in the Bundesliga. Werner's just so freaking good on the ball, guys. I can't express how great it is to have a striker of his caliber on this team. But we do have a corner kick out of it. We'll take this one short. Cherney spotting on the run on the far post. That's a good ball, and Werner just about bagged himself a second. What a save, though, by Timo Horn. Again, a huge save from Longerek on his near post. He's going to try to keep a clean sheet in this one. That was a solid effort by the Köln attacker, but we'll need to hold on for a few minutes more if we do want to head into the break with an advantage. And another save by Longerek. He does it again. Well, if you were only looking at the statistics, you would think that Köln has been the better side, but Mitchell Longerek is having the game of his life, and he's pulling off save after save. We go into the halftime break with a 2-0 advantage. Just one change at the break. We're taking Cherney off and bringing on Taylor. We do have our Europa League fixture to think about, and I want to make sure Cherney is available for that match. Oh, he's onside. Ginczek needs to be able to finish this one. He'll put it across the keeper, and that really should have been 3-0. I don't think Horn even tipped that away. Ginczek just kind of messed up the shot. We'll make our 2 final changes with 30 minutes left. Ginczek coming off and Tarota coming on for him. We'll also have Clement featuring in this one for Özkan. Well, it's Taylor right in front of goal. He had his chance to bury that one into the corner of the net and pick up his first goal in a Stuttgart kit, but he skies that one high. Another impressive performance today, and I would have to credit this victory to Mitchell Longerek. He pulled off a total of 9 saves, yet he only received a player rating of 7.9. I wish the game gave defenders higher player ratings, because in these sort of matches, they were the difference maker. Going into the second match day of the Europa League, it's Roma and us at the top of the group. Roma does have a slight lead over us with a +1 goal differential, so we'll try to beat Legia Warsaw by a few goals in this one. Our team is actually very well rested for this fixture, which should increase the chances of us bagging a few goals, but I still want to make sure that I feature some of our other players in these Europa League group stage matches, so I'll be using our substitutes fairly heavily for this fixture. As we take a look at the Warsaw starting 11, I wanted to gauge your opinion on what kind of team we should be featuring in these Europa League matches. I understand that we could progress pretty far into this competition if we do want to invest our first team into these matches, but on the other hand, I do want to make sure that we feature our youth in a considerable amount of matches. So I'll leave 2 options on the screen right now. Do you think we should bring out our strongest team possible, or should we rotate around our sides in these Europa League matches? It's a corner kick for us early on. We're going to drag Green over and see if he can set someone up with a decent chance. We've got someone inside. And this is Trota nearly getting taken out from outside the box. He'll go with the finesse shot. The keeper was rooted to the spot. That nearly found its way into the back of the net. Oh, that's some great play. Maxime just needs to finish it, and finally we get the breakthrough we were looking for. It wasn't the most fantastic shot from Maxime, but it was well placed, and there really wasn't much the keeper can do about that one. Hopefully, that'll open the floodgates, and we can score a few more. I'm just going to make one change at the halftime break. Werner coming off, and since Coyote has been complaining about his playtime, I think this is a great opportunity for him to bag himself some goals. It's not a very good distribution, and that could be a poor mistake for us. We need to close down this attacker, not let him shoot. A tame effort collected by Longerek. Just clear it. Just clear the ball away, guys. And of all efforts to go into the goal, it's probably the weakest one in the match so far. Regardless, though, it's 1-1, and it very well should be 1-1. We haven't been on our A game in the second half, and we need to change that pronto. Now that we have conceded, I will use my 2 final changes and take Cherney off, bring on Cortez at the left mid position. The second substitute is kind of up for grabs. It's really what position we want to factor in. And since Clement played so well in his last Europa League match, we'll see if he can do it again. Well, it's a corner kick in the dying minutes of the match. This has been a horrible performance today. And if we were to concede right now, that would just cap it off. But we'll try playing this one forward, see if Coyote can get on the counterattack once more. But no, the ref will call the final whistle, and the match will end 1-1. I would have liked to have picked up 3 points, but a draw isn't the worst thing possible. We have 4 points from 2 matches, and the next fixture against Roma will make for a very interesting affair, but we'll take a look at the final statistics and close out the episode at that point. You can see it was a pretty level match, and we should have been better with the chances that we did have. Man of the match going to Maxime with an 8.4 rating. But guys, that'll wrap things up for today's episode of the Stuttgart Career Mode. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you're interested, you can follow me on my social links. I have links to those in the description down below. But until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.